Hey there, everybody. Professor Cloud here with the next episode of Professor Plays Alan Wake 2. I say next because I don't remember the number. In the previous episode, we did Alan's Chapter 5 of Initiation, which took us back to, Alan's Chapter 6 of Initiation, which took us back to Parliament Tower. We found out some more information about what our wife Alice had been dealing with respect to Scratch and how Scratch was bothering her. We also found out some more information about how Barry was trying to continue to help her out even though he was over in LA. We then came back into the quote-unquote real world with Saga and continued to explore and try to explore the rest of Bright Falls. We did not, unfortunately, get all of the lunchboxes or cult stashes, but we did get all of the nursery rhymes in Bright Falls. So maybe at some point we try and go back and get them. But for now, what we're going to do is try and pick up with Saga's Chapter 6 of The Return, which requires us to go to the sheriff's office. Let's go do that right now, and let's see what happens. All right. So we are in the janitor room in between where we were interviewing Wake after he came out of the Cauldron Lake, and the main lobby of...
Oh, hello there.
The lodge. Let's go ahead and head toward Sheriff's Station.
They think they're so mysterious, their ridiculous masks.
A couple of different ways to get there. I'm going to go this route. No route's better than the other, but no one route's better than another. But, yeah, we'll go this route.
Okie dokie. I don't like the sounds coming from the station.
And then we make a right, and here we are at the Sheriff's Station.
Power's
chapter
out.
So chapter 6 is called Scratch. Very aptly named, I would say. All right, let's do a little bit of looking around.
Anyone here?
I'm here, in the closet.
Agent Estevez? Is that you?
Anderson? Didn't I tell you to fuck off?
Looks like it's a good thing I didn't.
Looks like. My leg's busted, so I'm gonna need your help. Listen, there is a person out there with you invaded by something that we call the Shadow, and if you don't...
Taken. Yeah, I'll handle it.
She wasn't ready. Wait.
Okay. Very nice. This does feel a little easy. Oh, the hell with it. I'm more interested in the story. The combat, as we've already talked about, I do not like. There are times like right now where that felt good and it felt like I was able to do good things with it. But when you have to rely on the flashlight for so much, that's when things go down a rabbit hole for me. All right,
All clear, Estevez. That leg doesn't look good.
Feels even worse. But thanks for saving the rest of me. We should talk.
Where is Wake? I know what's going on here. Wake can fix this.
Alan Wake is a para-utilitarian. The word's a mouthful, so you know it's serious. We have him locked up in the holding cells per protocol. He's connected to the Shadow in some way.
What happened here?
Where to fucking start? We came to check out a system alert at Cauldron Lake, but it's worse than we could handle. Real boondoggle. The police, my own agents, most were invaded before we could even react.
Have you found my partner, Agent Casey?
Yeah, we found him. Out in the woods. He had a close encounter with the Shadow, and it did something to him.
Is he okay?
He's alive. We took him down to the morgue for an examination. Haven't heard anything since the attack.
What did the FBC come here to do?
Bright Falls is the site of a recurring Altered World event. The Shadow is stronger than we expected. We're low on resources, problems at HQ. But we do have equipment for dealing with the shaded threat. We were just caught off guard before we could set it up.
Those problems at HQ, she's referring to the game Control, which took place, according to what I've read, because they never, I don't think, clearly state, unless you like follow the trail of every document and look at the dates, took place like a year or so before this.
Estevez, I need to see Wake. How do I get into the cell block?
Okay. Protocols don't mean that much at this point anyway. Don't make me regret this, Anderson. Until the power's back on, the door to the holding cells won't open. There's a fuse box downstairs in the basement. Here. You'll need these keys.
Weird. I
Back
don't
into the
understand
morgue,
why they
huh?
wouldn't open the door.
Fantastic.
I think it's that door. So let's finish looking around first. That leads outside, which obviously we can't get to with the doors the way they are. Let's see. I know one of you is stealing the toilet paper. I've been counting them, and there's an entire roll missing every day from stock. Theft is taken seriously around here. It's a sheriff's station, for Pete's sake. One of these days I'm going to catch you red-handed. You better believe you're getting thrown out. What a disgrace you are. And then what kind of nut counts toilet paper rolls? Sounds like you've got too much time in your hands. Yeah, not wrong about that. Sheriff station keys. All right. Oh, new type of shotgun. Yeah. Let's see. FBC research proposal. Alan Wake and cult connections. In 2010, writer and suspected para-utilitarian Alan Wake was reported to have disappeared into Cauldron Lake, a known threshold site. 3 years later, a small group responsible for multiple killings was arrested in New York City by federal investigators. The murders were recreations of deaths found in the writing of Alan Wake. Interrogations with the murderers revealed they saw Wake as a sort of prophet, describing themselves as his cult, and considered his novels to be sacred texts. As Wake was missing at the time, it's unlikely he had any personal involvement with this cult. At least there is no evidence supporting the idea. Soon after the New York cult was detained, an organization known as the Cult of the Tree began operating around Cauldron Lake. The same area Wake disappeared. This is now the second organization branding themselves as a cult with a direct physical connection to Alan Wake, operating in the location he was last seen in. I propose that this is not a coincidence and would like permission to search for a link between Wake and the Cult of the Tree. So, this is basically telling us that in 2010, as we all know from the first game, Wake disappears. He takes care of the darkness that's surrounding Bright Falls, takes care of Barbara Yager. In 2013, the Cult of the Word performed that play, killed everyone involved with that play in the Ocean View Hotel in New York City, which we experienced in Chapter 5 of Wake's initiation, or at least a version of that, based on the fact that New York is actually a part of the Dark Place. The Lake House. The incident was visually confirmed by Agent Estevez when she visited the facility to make contact with Dr. Marmont and Dr. Marmont, heads of operations at the Lake House. The facility itself is reported to be in a damaged state with no living staff found during a brief search. A longer search was not possible due to an active AWE in the area requiring all available resources. Investigation and containment not possible with current personnel. Emergency dispatch of response and rescue staff is requested. The investigations department has no knowledge of the Lake House's recent research or projects due to worsening communication and cooperation since HQ went dark. Again, referring back to the game control. As a result, this report cannot determine the incident's cause without further investigation. From a writing perspective, I mean, Remedy has done such a phenomenal job of interconnecting the game, the different games' storylines to create this cohesive universe. Alright, let's see. Don't forget A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, I equals 9, J equals 0, K equals 1, L equals 2. So in other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, and then it's looping all the way around. And then we're using the books. And these are just titles. Okay, so what I think we're going to try is the UFO books. In their numerical order, so part 1, 2, and 3. And then obviously they're named the same, so it can't be off of the name. So let's try the authors. The Q, B, and W would be our 3 letters. That's going to come down to 7, 2, 3, based on the looping of 1 through, I guess that you would say 26, but of course you've got to loop that each time you hit 10. So 7, 2, 3 is going to be the number that we'll try. Perfect.
I'm sure Sheriff Breaker wouldn't mind me borrowing this.
So now we just have to find another shoebox so I can get the rest of my shotgun ammunition. Because I stored up a crap ton that I kept finding. Station keys.
Did you read me, Anderson?
I read you. Have you had our frequency this entire time?
Eavesdropping is a big part of the job. But no, I got it from your partner. Anderson, look for a fuse to replace the blown out one in the fuse box. That should get the power going again.
Yeah. On it.
Okay, bolt cutters. Okay, more handgun ammo.
Another cult box.
Oh. Well, that explains why we weren't able to find all of the cult boxes. Alright. Alright, and these are numbers. Number of lines. So 1, 4, 6. 1, 4, 6. Perfect. Beware the cult of the tree. Alright. Another grenade, more handgun or shotgun ammo, rifle ammo, and of course another flare. Alright, so that means that we've only got one stash left I think. We'll have to go back to the case board to double check that, and that's the one that we left. Out in the woods. Alright, so there's our shoebox. And there's quick save. Alright, let's go over to the shoebox. Alright, first of all... Oh no, that was one of you. Oh, okay. Extra painkillers. Bring you out. Oh, that's right. I upgraded the bow so that it can shoot 2 at a time. I'd completely forgotten about that. Okay, I think that's good. Alright, let's do a quick save. Good.
Stay the fuck!
Casey! Is that you?
Anderson?
Hold your fire! I'm coming in!
Alright, we can clear the rooms later. Let's get to Casey first. Subject, Alex, Casey, FBI. Subject seems physically weakened with some confusion about his whereabouts and events. Similar symptoms to those becoming shaded individuals. Exposure to the shadow is suspected, but not confirmed. Physical wounds are minimal, light abrasions, possible mild concussion. Continued observation shows no signs of increased aggression in subject. Subject remains aware and coherent. A starkly different progression than other victims. Reasons for exceptional result unknown. Less severe exposure, subject's resilience, intentionality on Shadow's part, requires further examination or testing.
Hey, Anderson. Like what I've done with the place?
Could use a bit more light.
Funny.
How are you holding up?
Don't give me that worried look, Anderson. It's a flesh wound. Gave me a chance to have a nice chat about ex-wives with Kieran. Agent Estevez, I mean.
Making new friends, huh? I'm jealous. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's the situation on your end?
What happened at the hotel?
Wake was telling the truth about the cult being after him. That thing, the dark presence, it's real too. I saw it. A fucked up monster cloud. Wake tried to warn me. It knocked me out. FBC found me in the woods later.
Watery turned out to be a good lead. Found the clicker and the cult. But the horror story's changing reality. Like Wake said it would. Logan, she's, the story claims she died here. But we can stop it.
Wait, Saga. What do you, Logan is gone. She has been. For a long time.
Casey's affected by the horror story, too. I'm fighting for them all now. I'm gonna fix this, Casey. You, Logan, all of it. I just need to get the power back on first.
Yeah, give him hell, Anderson. Just remember, some things in life can't be fixed with a light switch. As for the power problem, here. I found a fuse on those poor bastards there.
I'll take care of it. Stay put, Casey. I'll let you know when it's safe.
I'm not going anywhere.
All right. All right, before we do anything, let's do, again, continued searching. Inventory's full. All right, let's do the case board first. All right, this is lunch boxes. Okay, so we still have one lunchbox in Bright Falls that we haven't found. Not happy about that, but Wake and the clicker. Okay, Wake status. Okay, that's all I have there.
The cell door won't open without power.
Till later. Crap. FBC file linking cult activity to Wake. No. There we go. Still two more tied to that piece. And cult stashes, here we go. And Bright Falls. Yeah, so then the only one left now in Bright Falls is that one that we had to leave out that we couldn't find the key for. And then there's only two in Cauldron Lake, and the two in Watery were behind bolt cutters, so we could potentially go back and get those now. Alright, and then profiling. Casey?
I can tell something is wrong. What's happening to Casey?
I'm a goner. Swell. A shadow crawling under my skin. In my head. Call my ex. Tell her I'm sorry. Terminal case, Casey.
Something is wrong with him. He's hurt worse than he says. He's scared.
I think that's it for now. Why am I full? Oh, the extra arrow, the extra... Wow, I've got a whole bunch of extras. Alright, before I put the fuse in... Oh, good. Rifle ammo. Rifle ammo. Nice. Another arrow. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I've got a charm that gives me excessive resources. Let's go ahead and put the fuse in, which is back here.
Anderson, good news, bad news. You can get to the cell block now, but the shaded hostiles that were in there are on the loose.
Thanks for the heads up.
Really didn't need to do that with a rifle. It's done now, but yeah, really didn't need to do that with a rifle. I don't have the other problem is I don't have the shotgun. I forgot to quick slot the shotgun. Interesting. I don't have any more. Or the arrows, I didn't get the arrows returned. Right, there was here. Yep. Oh, it actually only reloaded. It only shot one. Huh. That's interesting.
More coming down.
Okay.
Situation is under control, Estevez. Coming back up.
Copy.
That's not what I wanted. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Sometimes the if there's something in a drawer, it can be hard to see the F at times. Alright, I think we're okay. I already cleared all of this, but still doesn't hurt.
Behind the counter. Got a little cramped in that closet.
Is the FBC sending any help?
We were the help. Well, us in the lake house. But we still have Bureau gear specifically engineered to fight this threat. It's stored in the backlot. We were setting it up when the Taken interrupted us. We have light arrays, a containment cell, etc., etc. We are not out of this fight yet.
What's at the lake house?
It's a Bureau research facility at Cauldron Lake set up to study the effects of this AWE. When I got into town, I went there for backup. The whole station is lost, taken by the Shadow. Lost a lot of agents. Barely got out myself.
What's going on?
I had a hell of a time avoiding those Taken. Ended up back here. Anyway, I wanted to warn you that we have the Koskela brothers in the cells as well. They're the ringleaders of the Cult of the Tree. Don't let your guard down.
Wish me luck.
According to the Luck and Probability Department, it's statistically bad luck to wish people good luck during a crisis.
Thanks.
Sheriff station map. Oh boy.
An electrical lock system with no failsafe. Smart.
I understand that there's a need to keep the arrested folks under lock and key, but who the heck is the paranoid madman who decided we needed every other door in our facility to be geared with the latest high-tech, top security nonsense? This stuff's not safe. One power outage and those locks aren't budging. Community outreach barbecue. Email. Okay. Very weird comments to each other about things. Mostly of a personal nature. Again, just doing a quick look. We've already read that. Oh. Staff kitchen policy, sheriff station admin, admin. Yeah, so all the same stuff. For the most part. Oh,
Saga! Fucking FBI, FBC, you government fucks all fucking this up for us! Let us the fuck out!
You're the leaders of the cult. You're not going anywhere.
Wake will ruin everything. Get rid of him, Saga! You fucking shot me! Typical government stooge. Let me out so I can kill him, that fucker!
Alright, I'm gonna
You come
put
to our town and act like you know what you're dealing with, but you have no fucking idea! Let us out! You can't stop it, none of you can. We can take care of this. We've been preparing for this.
manuscript page.
Agent Young held his clipboard up to the light. The equipment was all accounted for. He ticked the boxes, satisfied. A noise on the other side of the back lot made him pause. He peered into the darkness. Nothing. Shrugging, he signed and dated the form. Estevez wanted everything ready, just in case. Young appreciated a cautious leader. Estevez had held it together even after the oldest house had gone dark. Young began to head inside. The local sheriff's station was a tight fit, but at least they had a coffee machine. Young felt optimistic. They even had the para-utilitarian in custody already. Another clatter behind him. Closer this time. He turned, hand on his holster. He called out to the darkness.
This station has been seized by the Federal Bureau of Control. You're not authorized to be here.
Suddenly, the lights flickered, went off. Young couldn't see a thing. Then from inside the station, the screams began.
Okay.
I don't have the key.
There's Wake.
Saga, do you have it?
You wrote Logan into the story. You told me yourself. From the dark place.
Listen, Scratch is coming. He's close. He's almost here.
My daughter is dead because of you. She's a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to fix this. I will fix this. I'll save everyone, but we're running out of time. I need the clicker.
I have the clicker. You will fix this. You will save my daughter. Promise me.
Yes, I promise. But we're out of time. Hurry!
Don't fucking give it to him! Let him get him! He's a fucking monster, Saga! There it is! We've been waiting for you, motherfucker! I'm gonna fucking destroy you! Yeah.
It's Scratch. He was pretending to be Wake. The plan is fucked. Estevez, come in. Scratch is here. How do I stop him?
Bad news. The containment unit isn't prepped, but the light array should affect him.
How do I activate the lights?
I can turn them on from here, but you need to prime the 3 power cores first. Glowing FBC generator cubes.
Got one.
2 more to go.
Another core activated.
Only one left. Doing great.
Where'd he go? Somehow he didn't stagger.
There must be a way to slow him down.
There we go.
Scratch was here. He'll be back.
Now we know
What the fuck do we do now?
that Scratch was actually who came out of the lake and not actually Alan.
Your story to write. Scratch out your words in the night. When the writer is in doubt, my turn to come out.
very different song from all of the previous chapter endings, I would say. More to my personal liking. Okay. So before we do any of this, let's go back outside. See what's out here beyond the energy. Yeah, there's stuff to collect. There's probably... I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a manuscript page out here, too. Just going around the perimeter first. Alright, now let's look around the central part. Okay. Put that over here. Handgun ammo. A single round of handgun ammo. Oh, they won't let me reload. Alright, I guess that's it. Alright, now what about in here?
I don't have the key.
Why do I not have the key? What happened to the Koskela brothers?
Scratch is Wake's double. He tricked us. He almost got the clicker from me. The whole plan has gone out the window. How could we get this so wrong?
Textbook boondoggle.
You said it, Anderson. It's a shit show. So what's the plan?
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut. Had a bad feeling about him when we found him at the lake. When that insane monster cloud came at me in the woods, I saw a face inside it. Wake's. I think he was always a monster. Always Scratch.
Okay. Profiling to do.
The FBC usually handles stuff like this, right? Any thoughts?
Hold up. You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you. That was a mistake. So was believing Scratch. But it's not too late. I just need to understand more.
You got that right. Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
The horror story's changing reality. It made it so my daughter died here, even though she's supposed to be back home in Virginia. Do you know if that's...
AWEs are localized distortions of reality. The area outside town might not be affected. Sometimes they expand, sometimes they fizzle out. If we can make sure it's the latter, your kid might be fine.
The whole thing is a nightmare. I can't let my family be torn apart.
Having family isn't easy in this line of work. The late nights, travel, alternate realities threatening their existence. My ex-wife couldn't take it.
Karen, you're better off without her. I know I am.
Kind of a weird connection point, especially if they... Well, we don't know if the two of them have ever spoken before.
So tell me what I'm missing. The FBC must know something.
Good news, we have Bureau intel on all of this. Bad news, it's highly classified. Good news, consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay. Thanks. Go team.
Okay. That's the same. We now have a quick save here. We'll do that real quick. And then let's go back into here. This is the key that we need.
Someone might kill me.
All right.
That's funny.
Let's
Cases that might kill me were my ex's favorite.
The lake is a gateway to the dark place.
All right, deployment order. At approximately 1900 hours on 13 September 2023, readings from a remote surveillance unit monitoring Cauldron Lake, a known threshold to what researchers theorize is the origin dimension of A040, the Shadow, past acceptable limits. Attempts to contact FBC Research Facility WA03, codenamed the Lake House, were unsuccessful. On-site event verification is not possible. Response procedures are initiated with immediate effect. Lead Agent Estevez will mobilize Investigation Unit Beta from the remote operations site at Redacted. All available Shadow-specific equipment has been approved for use in the field. Confirm an active event. If an active AWE is occurring, the dispatch team will identify its nature and severity, limit exposure, and attempt to contain or neutralize the source. No event is active. Check monitoring equipment, perform limited profile sweep of the area, and check status of the lake house and its staff. Relevant operatives in the area include the Cult of the Tree, Redacted, and Alan Wake. Wonder who the Redacted is.
What the hell is a para-utilitarian?
Based on reports, the item is a light switch from a lamp cord with part of the severed cord still attached. Eyewitness accounts suggest that the item possesses the ability to alter reality, the changes being based on Redacted when used by a capable para-utilitarian. Parsing this item's effect from that of the Cauldron Lake threshold responsible for recurring AWEs in the area is difficult, because the only reported uses of the item have occurred near this threshold. Without more data, we cannot confirm if the item intensifies the effect of the threshold or vice versa, or if there is no connection whatsoever. Recorded material from Dr. Hartman, often after becoming a Redacted, have revealed that Alan Wake eliminated Barbara Yager, likely a physical manifestation of a Redacted, by inserting the light switch into its chest and flicking the switch. The item is confirmed to have been used in 2010 to turn fictional writing into reality. However, it is unclear what the restrictions and limitations of this effect are. Light switch is a possible object of power. The team cannot conclusively classify the item based on secondhand accounts. Proper examination and testing is required in order to determine the classification and precise effect of the item. Transcript of interview with Alan Wake, suspected. Mr. Wake, you've been taken in FBC custody and will receive an in-depth interrogation at a later date, but for now I need to ask if there's anything you can tell us regarding the incident at the hotel. Anything we may need to know. There's a force here you don't understand, a presence. It's after me. It wants to consume me, consume everything. Yes, you mentioned this dark presence before. What does it want you? Why does it want you? It feeds on artists, on the art they create. It wants me because of my writing, but it can be any form of art, any artistic expression. Music, painting, film, photography. It can feed on any of it, all of it. You have to believe me. We are well aware of this entity, Mr. Wake. We've been tracking the situation here for a long time now. You yourself have been on our radar for over a decade. I'm sure those nuts in the research department are just going to love checking you out. Hey, make a note to redact that before submission. Let's get back on track. You mentioned a light switch earlier. Where is it now? I don't know, but I need it. I can't end this without it. Will you help me get it? Mr. Wake, you are in custody pending charges for breaching of numerous federal violation codes. We are not going to give you a suspected paranatural object. And then, Alan, you're not fucking listening to me. We are listening just fine. Now, do you have any accomplices? No, you're not really listening. Fuck you. Let me the fuck out of here. It's coming for me. We're all in danger. And then interview was terminated due to subject being uncooperative.
Wake isn't the first person the dark presence disguised itself as.
Yeah, no kidding. Barbara Yager. Through extensive interviews with the witnesses of AWE 35, additional details regarding the Shadow has been discovered. Redacted and Redacted, both present during the AWE, reported seeing a woman named Barbara Yager in Bright Falls at the time. Yager is a former actress and Bright Falls resident who emigrated with the filmmaker Thomas Zane from Finland and was reported to have drowned in Cauldron Lake during a AWE in 1970. Research staff have concluded that Yager's appearance is likely a case of the shadow manifesting in human form. Research is ongoing as to the nature of the connection between the shadow and the psychophysical signatures available for it to mimic. Current hypotheses are: the shadow can only manifest as artists or individuals tangentially involved in the creation of art who have operated within a certain physical range of Cauldron Lake. The shadow can manifest as any individual contained, definition needed, within Cauldron Lake. Research is actively ongoing. Alright. So a lot. Alright, let's go to the mine place and the board.
Don't need to go over all this again.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I need to know what information I can still trust.
All right. File on the clicker and its paranatural qualities. All right.
Okay. The clicker amplifies any changes to reality suggested by a piece of art. Makes them permanent.
The FPC brought powerful light arrays to subdue the Taken.
The dark presence is vulnerable against bright light. At least that makes sense.
Yeah. Those are kind of obvious. Alright, we've got some profiling to do. Start with Scratch.
Scratch was pretending to be awake. Manipulating me. What does he want from me? No! I'm in control here. It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a wave of terror through my head. I feel his single-minded drive to get the clicker.
Very understandable. Okay, Tor.
Wake told me the clicker would fix this. But Wake was actually Scratch. How can I trust anything he said?
The artist must conclude his work. He rides a storm on your piece. Wake up and smell the danger. We told you already, kiddo. What Tom said about the light switch is true. Don't let the story confuse you. You need him to write the ending you want. The clicker can make that ending come true.
But we don't have Wake. Everything we knew about the clicker was true. He wasn't lying.
Okay. Now Wake.
I assumed Wake escaped the dark place. Is it possible he's still there?
The Big Apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop. My friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Wake is still trapped in the dark place. Maybe he always was.
I think that's a pretty safe assumption that he never really left. He's only been able to project himself to some degree, and that's been about it. Let's see.
Wake is trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me in the overlaps.
Okay. File on Cauldron Lake, threshold to another reality. Okay. And these still can't be used. Crap. Fact versus fiction. And they can't be used either. Okay. Goody. Alright, let's go back and talk to the crew.
Scratch told me the clicker can be used to change the story. Does that match your understanding of this thing?
Yeah, the light switch is a paranatural item, maybe even an object of power. We have verified reports that Alan Wake was in possession of it during the AWE here back in 2010. Definitely has power. We know that much.
I can come up with a plan. I always do. You really don't remember Logan living in Virginia with me and David?
I remember you and David having problems. You needed a break. You and Logan moved to Watery, and then Logan, oh, that awful thing happened. After you came back to work, I thought you'd be the perfect partner for this case, if you were willing to return to the area.
Okay. That's enough. The story is changing your memories. What you're remembering is fiction. Logan is alive. I'm not divorced. We never moved here. I remember the truth.
No. Wake or Scratch, whoever that was, said the story could be used to attack us. We all need to question what's real. With that said, how do we know the story isn't giving you false hope?
I can't convince them. I just need to change the story.
Okay. Alright, first of all, come up with a new plan. Ready? Mm-hmm. Weaken the clicker. They believe it has power. The more profiling
the clicker
mature.
Can fix this, but I can't use it without Wake. Tor knows about this stuff. Maybe he can help. Wake is still in the dark place. How do I get him out?
We live and breathe rock and roll. From the silence of screams, from the fever of dreams. The clicker can amp up other works of art, not just Tom's writing. Anything created with passion. The dark power of the lake will make it creep into reality. But if the holder of the clicker believes in the art, they can make it all come true in the flick of a switch.
I can use the clicker without Wake. Only Wake's writing can change the horror story. But I can use the clicker to change something else. Like getting Wake out of the dark place.
Okay. Go back to the case board.
I will use the clicker to change reality and bring Wake back at Cauldron Lake. I'll need the right work of art, but that won't be a problem.
Okay. Bill for later.
I've got it now. I just need to tell the others what to do and fix everything. For good. So we need Wake to fix the story, right? That hasn't changed. So here's what I have. Wake's still trapped in the dark place, under the lake. I think we can use the clicker to get him out. But first, we need a work of art. Something other than his story. And that'll get him here.
I'm not filling out the paperwork for this one. I wouldn't know where to start. But I'm sold.
Okay. Look, this feels like something that once we get the ball rolling, there's no turning back. You sure you have it all figured out?
This is the beginning of the end game. To travel to Cauldron Lake, you need to save your game first. Exploring and traveling to other areas will be limited if you choose to continue. Oh, so we could go back to Watery, for example, to use the bolt cutters. Let me go, not yet.
Not just yet. Give me a moment.
Okay, Anderson. You let me know when you're ready.
Okay. So, if we go back to the mine place real quick, and specifically... the lunch boxes. So we have one in Bright Falls we haven't found, 3 in Cauldron Lake. But we found all the ones in Watery. So really the only reason to go back to Watery is for the cult stashes and the nursery rhymes. And I've got so many charms at this point. I mean, other than for completionist purposes, I don't have a good reason. The lunch boxes are the only thing that are valuable because of the fact that they're going to give us upgrades to our current weaponry. So there's no good reason to go back. So let's go ahead and tell her we're ready.
Ready to go?
Okay.
I'm ready to head to Cauldron Lake now. Let's get the plan started.
Okay, here we go. We'll be there for you. What do you need from us?
I'll head to Cauldron Lake with the clicker.
Scratch will try to get you, Anderson. You'll need backup.
I can tell there's no talking you out of coming, Casey. Estevez, is there a way to get that light array to the lake?
Oh, I've got you covered, so good news there. And we'll bring our mobile containment unit. It's specially built for entities like Scratch.
And this work of art, Anderson. What's the plan for that?
I'll make some calls on the way. Just meet me at Cauldron Lake.
Okay. All right. So we will go... Oh, hold on a minute. Let's go talk to Elmo.
I'm sorry about your brother, Elmo.
Yaakov was all heart. He always went along with my ideas, no matter how stupid they were. Always happy to help. I got carried away. I never think things through. It's my fault.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
The cult is my craziest idea that ever worked. Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult? Exactly. We protect Watery and Bright Falls. We're the good guys. A secret neighborhood watch. Well, that was the idea anyways. Look, we've always known about the horror inside the lake. When any Taken come out, we kill them.
You don't turn people into Taken. You kill the ones who already have.
Okay, so why then did members of your cult become Taken?
How long has the cult been around for?
Certain folks around here have always known about Cauldron Lake. Before us, it was the Torchbearers. And when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius. Just a name did half the work. Made people too scared to go into the woods at night. Business 101. Fear is a great motivator.
You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out. It's all him, Wake. And if we don't stop him, no one will.
Wake's evil doppelganger Scratch is the threat we're facing, not Wake. And I will stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called Scratch.
Interesting. Alright, so a bunch of new things. Alright, so let's go back to the board. Oh, actually we've got a profiling to do first with the Koskalas.
Ilmo said the cult kills Taken. Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks buy in bulk. We've got a floater, a Taken on the shore. Call the gang Yako. We are going hunting. Cult of the Tree. Keeping the town safe since 2013.
Ilmo is telling the truth about the cult. They really were fighting the Taken. We're on the same side. If the cult is killing Taken, then why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party. Invitation only. Wrong time, wrong place. Time to go, Yako. A job half done isn't done at all.
Nightingale became a Taken because the Bookers interrupted their ritual.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure that I completely follow that line of thought, but okay. Let's see. Cult of the Tree. These aren't cult symbols, so that we don't have cult psychology.
Nope.
Okay. He's never heard of Scratch. Well, found Wake's pages and Titan believed he was the cause. Cult of the Tree targeted people already corrupted. Really? Deduction available. Ritual was meant to destroy Taken, not create them.
Think, Saga.
Oh. Okay. Now, does that help us with anything else? Or are they all going to be... Yep, still for later. Okay. Alright. Let's go to the car, I guess.
Tor, I need the old gods of Asgard. I need a very special song.
Hell yeah! The tour bus is already loaded, and we've said our goodbyes. Ready to hit the road, just like the old times, baby.
You saw this coming, huh? Of course. I need a song about Alan Wake. About bringing him out of the dark place.
A rider. A lake of darkness. Bringing him into the light. It writes itself.
I hope they've still got it.
Oh, they've still got it. They've always got it. All right. I don't think that there's necessarily a good reason for going back into the lodge.
There's nothing there.
But I'll do a quick run through.
I think you may be right. Might have been a mistake to come here.
Fuck, Riley. This is so messed up.
Oh, those are the two ladies who were talking to each other about somebody that they thought was missing.
Sorry. Hey, it's not your fault. We all knew what we were signing up for.
Alright, if the doors are already open, I've already been there.
It's not opening.
Strange that they would give you the ability to do that without actually allowing you to do that. And I don't know. Alright, so we actually could go back to Alan's... Actually, no, we can't. They won't let us. Alright, let's go ahead then to the car. And we'll get ourselves to Cauldron Lake and wrap this episode up.
Pick up. David, please pick up.
David.
David! It's me. Where have you...
Stop. For once, you need to listen. You left me. You took my daughter away from me. Then you let her... She's dead because of you. And I don't ever want to hear your voice again. Stop calling me.
David! Jesus Christ. It's getting worse.
And it's expanding.
It's spreading.
Yeah.
I'm running out of time.
Oh. Okay, it's not saving. Alright, get to the lake shore, it says. So it wants us to get all the way down to here. There's a cult stash. We could try and go by that stash. Assuming I have the ability to open it, but... Oh, there's a main... Oh, wow. Well, that's cool. Alt stash there. Alright, you know what? Here's what I think we're going to do. I am going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. If I have to get back to this point before the next episode, I'll do that before I start the recording. But I am going to wrap up the episode here. We will more than likely wrap up this game in the next episode. Story-wise, and I've been saying this all along, the story-wise, the game has been phenomenal. I don't like the combat. I don't like the design of the combat, hence why I reduced the difficulty down. And I'll probably continue to do that with this game. Whereas the first game, I actually completed the entire game on Nightmare difficulty. You can find it on my YouTube channel under the Alan Wake playlist, which is where all of this content will go. So I really wish that they had done a better job from that perspective. However, the combat is not what makes this game. The story is, and the story is very, very good. The building of the universe between Control and Alan Wake has been phenomenal. The acting has been incredible. The delivery of the game has been incredible. The music has been incredible. So let's leave the combat aside and let's just enjoy this for what it is, which is a great story in the horror genre, which is, of course, my favorite. So with that, I hope that you have been enjoying the content. So please make sure to hit the like button. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button if you have. And as always, I will see you next time in Professor Plays Alan Wake 2. Talk to you soon.